2 workouts. That's all it takes for a man over 60 to be physically ahead of most men his age. Not because it's easy, because most men over 60 are following advice built for someone half their age or twice as cautious. The first workout is built around 4 compound movements, twice a week. Here's exactly what it looks like and why it works.
Workout 1. Compound strength. 2 days per week, not consecutive. 4 movements per session. Goblet squat, dumbbell row, seated shoulder press, dumbbell deadlift. 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, 3-second eccentric on every rep. Controlled descent, no dropping, no momentum. 2 minutes rest between sets. Total session time, 40 to 45 minutes. That's the program. And before the instinct to add more kicks in, don't. Here's why this structure works specifically for men over 60. Compound movements recruit multiple muscle groups simultaneously. That's the most efficient stimulus available for men whose recovery capacity is reduced. Maximum hormonal response, maximum muscle fiber recruitment, minimum session time. 4 movements done correctly produce more adaptation than 8 movements done with divided attention and accumulated fatigue. The mandatory eccentric control is where most of the hypertrophic stimulus lives. 3 seconds down on every rep, every set, maximizes mechanical tension on the muscle without requiring maximum load. The joint absorbs less impact, the tendon operates within its tolerance. The muscle receives the signal it needs to respond. 2 days per week isn't compromise. It's the frequency that respects the longer recovery window of this age group without falling below the stimulus threshold required for adaptation. 3 days produces more fatigue than progress. Once a week produces more detraining than growth. The progression is simple. When 3 sets of 10 reps are completed with clean form in 2 consecutive sessions, increase the load by 5 pounds. No periodization complexity. No program switch after 6 weeks. The same 4 movements executed with increasing precision and load for as long as they keep producing results, which is longer than most men allowed before they get bored and change something. The second workout operates on a completely different system, and the combination of the 2 is where the real advantage over other men the same age gets built. Workout 2. Zone 2 and Zone 4. The cardiovascular structure nobody teaches. 2 days per week, alternated with the strength sessions. Stationary bike, elliptical, or incline treadmill walk. 5 minutes easy warm-up. 20 minutes in Zone 2, the intensity where short sentences are possible but sustained conversation isn't. Then 4 intervals of 30 seconds at maximum sustainable effort with 90 seconds of easy movement between each one. 5 minutes to cool down. Total time, 38 to 40 minutes. Most men over 60 doing cardio are doing one thing at one intensity for 30 to 40 minutes and calling it done. That approach produces maintenance at best. It doesn't develop the 2 adaptations this structure specifically targets. Zone 2 builds mitochondrial density, the number of energy-producing structures inside each muscle fiber. More mitochondria means more oxygen and fat available as fuel, better endurance across the strength session, faster recovery between sets, and lower visceral fat accumulation even without dietary changes. It's the adaptation that makes everything else in the program work better, and it only develops at this specific intensity, not higher, not lower. The Zone 4 intervals do something Zone 2 can't. They preserve fast-twitch fiber recruitment. Fast-twitch fibers are the first to disappear with age and the first to go when training stays exclusively in low-intensity ranges. 4 30-second intervals at maximum sustainable effort twice a week maintain the hormonal response to high-intensity effort that stimulates post-exercise growth hormone release. Steady-state cardio at comfortable intensity never gets there. The combination isn't complicated, it's just specific. And specificity is what separates a program that produces measurable results from one that produces the feeling of having done something. The workout structure is set. What determines whether it actually delivers results is what happens in the 60 minutes around each session, a window most men treat as irrelevant. Want a strong and healthy body? Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button.
Hack 1. The 60-minute window that determines everything. The training stimulus is fixed. What happens around it is where the result gets written or erased. Hack 1. The 60-minute window that determines everything. The training stimulus is fixed. What happens around it is where the result gets written or erased. 30 minutes before. 20 to 30 grams of fast-digesting protein, whey, eggs, chicken, combined with 30 to 40 grams of low-glycemic carbohydrate, eaten 30 minutes before the session starts. This protocol does 3 things simultaneously. Raises blood amino acid levels at the exact moment muscle tissue is being stimulated, reduces the pre-training cortisol spike that prolonged fasting generates, and ensures sufficient glycogen to complete the session at real intensity. Men over 60 training fasted or underfed aren't being disciplined. They're asking the body to build muscle without the materials required to do it, and wondering why the sessions feel flat and the results don't accumulate. 30 minutes after. 30 to 40 grams of protein within the first 30 minutes post-training. After a strength or interval session, muscle insulin sensitivity is at its peak. The tissue absorbs amino acids with maximum efficiency. After 60, that elevated sensitivity window closes faster than it did at 40. It starts narrowing at 45 to 60 minutes post-training. The man who finishes the session, drives home, showers, checks messages, and eats 90 minutes later isn't eating wrong. He's eating at the wrong time, and the window that would have delivered the amino acids directly into muscle synthesis has already partially closed. Same food, different result, because timing after 60 isn't detail, it's mechanism. 2 workouts structured correctly, the pre- and post-window managed. What's left are 3 recovery adjustments that most men never make and that determine whether the program compounds over months or stalls after the first few weeks.
Hack 2. The 3 recovery adjustments that double the result. The workouts create the stimulus. Recovery is where the adaptation happens. After 60, that's not a motivational statement. It's the rate-limiting step in the entire program. Adjustment 1. Fixed sleep schedule. Same bedtime, same wake time, every day, including weekends. 70% of daily GH secretion happens during the first deep sleep cycle. That cycle is anchored to circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock that synchronizes hormonal release to consistent sleep timing. Variations of more than 60 minutes between days measurably disrupt that cycle and reduce GH secretion during the window where muscle recovery is most active. For men over 60, where baseline GH production is already significantly reduced, wasting the peak secretion window with an inconsistent sleep schedule isn't a minor inefficiency, it's training at full intensity and recovering at half capacity. Every night, the schedule varies. Adjustment 2. 10 minutes of walking immediately after the strength workout. 10 minutes of easy walking immediately after the strength workout accelerates lactate clearance, reduces post-exercise cortisol faster than static rest, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body from effort mode to recovery mode more rapidly. After 60, the autonomic transition from sympathetic to parasympathetic is naturally slower. The body stays in an elevated cortisol state longer than it needs to after effort ends. 10 minutes of light movement closes that window actively instead of waiting for it to close on its own. No equipment, no gym, just out the door and back. Adjustment 3. Active recovery between sessions. On days between the strength and cardiovascular workouts, 20 to 30 minutes of comfortable walking or active mobility maintains blood flow to recovering tissue, accelerates metabolic waste removal, and preserves the insulin sensitivity that complete rest allows to drift. Complete rest between sessions isn't recovery, it's stagnation with good intentions. The muscle above 60 recovers faster with light movement than with stillness, because blood flow is the delivery system for everything the recovery process requires: oxygen, nutrients, hormonal signals. Stillness reduces delivery, movement optimizes it. 3 adjustments, none requiring additional equipment, additional sessions, or additional time beyond what the program already demands. What they require is consistency, which is either the easiest or the hardest part depending on the man applying them. The workouts are built, the windows are managed, the recovery is structured. What determines whether this program produces results over months and years isn't any of that. What did you think of this video? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. I actually read everything. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button.